watching Telecom TV from IoT Solutions World Congress in Barcelona. And I'm joined now by Patrick Razavet from Vodafone Global Enterprise. Patrick, thanks for speaking with Telecom TV. What is Vodafone's IoT strategy for enterprises?
It starts first with a simple mission. Why are we doing this? It's to improve lives and businesses. That's why we're doing this. So how are we doing this? It's connecting anything, anywhere, confidently and securely. That's what we do. And we do that powered by a global connectivity management platform. And we've been in the IoT business, Vodafone, for close to 20 years now. Used to be called machine to machine, and now recently we named it Iot.
IoT covers a broad range from devices to services to platforms and ecosystems. What's the role for a telco such as Vodafone? Is it in the provision of pure connectivity, or is there value further up the stack?
It's a bit of both. So let me start first. If we step back and look at what is IoT, it's a market that is at the crossroads of four industries: the hardware electronics industry, then the telecom industry, the software and analytics industry, and then the professional services industry. And we're going to make sure that we work all together to make this a reality for the market and allow customers to benefit from the value of the Internet of Things. For telecom operator and for Vodafone in particular, what this means for us, for Vodafone IoT, is really what we're really good at. To start with, step one is the connectivity element. Connecting anything, anywhere around the world, whether it's cellular technology, fixed technology, and now satellite technology, and very shortly, by the beginning of 2017, narrowband IoT technology, which is very low power and in-depth penetration. And then the second part of the answer to the question is also an element of our strategy is move up the value chain, and having the ability to break out of the telecom connectivity element and be in the hardware, be in the software, and be in the professional services. A great illustration of that is the acquisition we did in the automotive space of an organization a couple of years ago. We rebranded it Vodafone Automotive, where we have all the technology that goes in the car to actually deliver the promise of the connected car for the IoT world.
So which verticals are you focusing on for your IoT solutions? Are there certain verticals and industries that are more suited to early IoT adoption than others?
Yeah, the verticals, there are quite a lot of verticals. The first thing we're observing, and we've observed that for quite some time now, is IoT is going mainstream. There are no industries being untouched. IoT has either a catalyst or an enabling ability, or it can be a disruptor in some existing industries. When it comes to where we see a lot of success and where we have a lot of success is obviously in automotive, utilities. We also see a lot happening in the healthcare space, in the transport space, but we're seeing a lot of demand and a lot of excitement around the manufacturing and Industry 4.0. And that's really exciting to see.
You mentioned healthcare. What is Vodafone doing specifically for IoT within healthcare?
So without being able to name some specifics, what we do is we help connect globally respiratory machines, help connect heart rate monitors from hospital grades, and enabling telemedicine, remote monitoring of patients. But in effect, what this is, it's back to the original mission, is helping improve lives and change the lifestyles, bring lifestyle changes into people who suffer some illnesses. And instead of being at the hospital 24/7, they can have a life at home being remotely looked after.
Here at the IoT Solutions event, you're showcasing some particular concepts and solutions for retail. What makes the retail sector a good vertical for IoT?
And if you look at retail, the key business processes is about sourcing, and then the logistics, the distribution, and then the retail, what happens in the store. There's lots, for example, retailers have a lot of buildings with huge energy footprint, so the energy data management is an element of the portfolio we offer. Lower the energy consumption. The other one with fleet management and asset tracking is help distribute better the assets, know where they are in the supply chain when they arrive in the stores. Are they arriving on time, or is there enough of them? And then gradually we're starting to see solutions from the industry around understanding more the consumer behavior within the stores and displaying the goods and the products exactly where the customers want it to be or how the customers want it to be.
For many, their first experience of enterprise IoT may have been insurance, especially with automotive insurance, changing the whole pricing model.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the insurance, and because now cars become connected, whether at the production level in a factory or through a retrofit, what it means is now insurance are getting interested, in particular with certain type of drivers. I'll pick an example, the young drivers. And then by having this black box, we call it usage-based insurance. We enable that through the acquisitions we made. By having this black box, extracting the data, having some information about how safely the driver drives, it means that the insurance company, with the agreement of the driver, is able to offer a lower premium to the driver, and everybody wins. Safer driving and lower premium, and the insurance has less risks.
There's a massive ecosystem involved within IoT, perhaps the biggest ecosystem that industry has ever seen. But how do we ensure all the different companies within this ecosystem can work together, can collaborate, and all get maximum benefit from IoT?
Yeah, well, the first thing is back to the definition of IoT as a market at the crossroads of 4 different industries, and they're very broad industries. What we're seeing is, in order to bring the end-to-end solution to the customers, and some of those we do ourselves as part of our move up the value chain, but some of those very, very tailored and or very complex, and we need to work with the best around those different industries. And I think today the show, the IoT World Congress, is a great example of how the ecosystem is starting to interoperate. So we see, to help the mainstream adoption and ease and lower the barriers of adoption, what we're seeing a lot more interoperability between the different components, the hardware talking to the network securely, the network talking securely to the software platforms, and then to the analytics and so on and so forth. And I think we're really moving into what I would call the modular age of the Internet of Things, where before we were into the craft age. And I think that's going to make things a lot simpler for mid-size, large, and multinational organizations to adopt and grasp all the benefits that IoT has to offer to them.
Patrick, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, my pleasure, Guy.